Tonight on News Live at 6.
Part of it is my schedule and the convenience of having early voting available in New York State.
Voters are hitting the polls in central New York. Why you should not forget to vote in this year's midterms.
Plus, maintenance at the Dome starting today. How the project is impacting pedestrian traffic on campus.
And a local battle between Francis Knoll and Brandon Williams is looking to become one of the nation's most competitive congressional races. The news begins right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
4 days until the midterms, and local races are neck and neck here in Syracuse and across Onondaga County. Good evening. I'm Chilekasi, Adele.
And I'm Nicole Aponte. Anyone registered to vote can vote early until Sunday.
New at 6, we'll start our coverage tonight with CitrusTV's Zach Richter. He's live at Beauchamp Branch Library where people are sending in their ballots. Zach, how's it looking out there?
Good evening, guys. Election day is just 4 days away, and people come out to vote early, not just because of scheduling conflicts, but also to avoid all of the chaos that surrounds Election day itself. Now, the city of Syracuse is offering multiple polling locations to get out and vote early before Election day. One of them is the one right here, which is the Beauchamp Branch Library, the Camillus Municipal Building, McChesney Park, and Onondaga Community College, just to name a few. Now, Citrus TV spoke with some Syracuse residents who got out to the polls earlier today.
I come to vote early because, I have the time. I am retired, but I have the time to do it today.
Part of it is my schedule and the convenience of having early voting available in New York State.
So we come back here live. Our Citrus TV crew has been here almost all day, and we've seen hundreds of people that have been coming out to vote at this location here behind me. Most of them are excited to vote and excited to use their right to vote. A lot of them getting the I voted stickers, and also a lot of them excited to see change in our government. Now, this location was open until 5 o'clock today and will be open all weekend for early voting. From the Syracuse Library tonight, Zach Richter for Citrus TV News.
Zach Richter, thank you. The battle between Democrat Francis Knoll and Republican Brandon Williams is becoming one of the nation's most competitive races for Congress. Both parties counting on a victory from central New York to take control of the House of Representatives. Republicans only need a net gain of 5 seats to win control of the House, and races for those seats are super tight here in New York. Democrats will need 2 in CNY and 5 other seats in New York to keep control of the House. Both political parties and independent groups have poured nearly $11.6 million into advertisements into the 22nd Congressional District. The district spans all of Onondaga, Madison, and Oneida counties.
A lot on the ballot here in Syracuse and across Onondaga County. Here are the names for the state Supreme Court Justice's 5th Judicial District. You can vote for 4 of the names you see there on your screen. 3 candidates for state senator in the 48th District. Democrat Rachel May, Republican Julie Abbott, and conservative Justin Coretti are on the ballot. In the competitive 50th District, Democrat John Mannion is facing off against Rebecca Sheeroff for state senator. Here in Syracuse, Democrat Jimmy Monto is running against Republican Woodruff Carroll for the 5th District Councilor. The ballot this year also including a statewide proposal, the Clean Water, Clean Air, and Clean Jobs Environmental Bond Act of 2022. You can find this proposal on the back of your ballot card.
New details. You may have noticed some unusual orange letters on the facade of one Marshall Street building today. The Popeye sign finally making an appearance where Acropolis used to be. This coming after the mom and pop shop said it would close earlier this year. The popular fried chicken chain is set to officially open its Hill location next Friday.
Yum, Nicole. Well, to this now. A maintenance project at the JMA Wireless Dome is closing off the upper portion of the stairs from Irving Avenue to Dome Gate C. The detour will last tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Any people walking in this area will be required to detour to the north along the sidewalk under the pedestrian bridge and follow the covered stairs up to Fall College.
It's time to roll back the clocks again this year. Daylight savings time ends this Sunday at 2 a.m. That means you should plan on changing your clocks back an hour Saturday night. You'll get an extra hour of sleep, but at the cost of losing some daylight later in the day.
It is Native Heritage Month here at SU. Tonight kicks off the month with an opening social dance at OCC at 7 p.m. This weekend, Multicultural Affairs is hosting a ribbon skirt workshop tomorrow and Sunday at noon. The event followed by a discussion on native foods with the host of Indige Kitchen at 1 p.m. on Monday.
Tonight at 8, the Mandarins a cappella group is hosting their fall invitational to showcase their music covers for the first time this semester at Hendricks Chapel. The Mandarins is Syracuse University's premier all-female a cappella group. Their performance is open to the public and free to attend. Now, Chile, I don't know about you, the weather has just been so beautiful today.
I feel like we've been talking about this all fall, you know, like the weather, it just keeps on getting nicer and nicer and nicer. We're in November, you know, you would think people would be out in Beacon Skiff right now, probably in droves, but the weather is just not conducive to that right now.
No, exactly. I mean, it feels like spring. Dylan, what can we expect for the rest of the day?
Yeah, guys, if you like it warm, you couldn't have asked for a better day today outside. We have right now temperatures at 67 degrees, but in the mid and low 70s all throughout the day. I was rocking shorts, and I was absolutely loving it out there. Really nice outside. 10-mile-per-hour winds cooling you down a little bit if you're on the move, but really nice temperatures. As we look around the region, pretty much everybody's feeling the same thing. Up in that mid to high 60s, everybody's getting to experience these record November temperatures in central New York. As we look into tonight, you're going to have pretty much the same trend. 62, that's a really nice overnight temperature. Get out, do some activities, or, you know, crack the window, get some fresh air in the apartment. It's going to be a really nice night here in central New York. A little bit of wind, a little bit of warm temps. Guys?
Dylan, you've been talking about those warm temperatures, and when the weather is this nice out, there is one local business owner in downtown Syracuse who found friendship through Frank's. On the corner of Warren and Madison Street, you'll find the best lunch in town.
I knew what you wanted.
If my wife's going to see this, I might be in trouble for having a hot dog and a coney today.
The man behind the hot dogs is Paul Waleski.
I got beef dogs, regular
a
dogs.
native Central New Yorker.
I'm the dog cabin master, basically.
Paul celebrating his 29th year, working out of a van, a cooler, and a cart.
That's $8.50, but
he actually started this business out of necessity.
Went to the factory and we got locked out on strike. So I've been fending for myself ever since.
He doesn't do this alone.
8 1/4.
He has help from his closest friend, George Getz.
I've been friends for 15 years now.
The dog cabin is here from around mid-March to mid-November. So when these sunny skies go away, and those colder temperatures move in, the dog cabin goes with it. But one thing that will never go into hibernation is that support and friendship that Paul and George hold so dear to their hearts.
I had a heart attack in 2013.
All those years ago, what George remembers most from such a difficult time in his life was that Paul showed up when he needed him.
Him and his girlfriend called the house and they didn't get any answer and went to the different places, didn't see me.
No matter what, Paul and George have kept coming to work. Because if you love what you do,
you want this, George?
You'll never feel like you're working a day in your life.
I didn't know what I'd be doing. I'm glad I did it because I had a lot of good years.
This is not the story of where to find the best lunch in town, even though his hot dogs are pretty darn good.
One isn't enough.
It's the tale of two best buds, running this cart with some ketchup and kindness keeping them going.
Give me a couple hot dog rolls, Georgie.
Reporting in Syracuse, Nicole Aponte, CitrusTV News.
We're just over 8 minutes into this newscast. Hot dogs and fried chicken. Oh, I'm so hungry. Coming up, tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot will be the largest one on record. How it grew to be so large.
Plus, the race for New York governor is one of the tightest the state has ever seen. We'll be right back.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures? I don't have an answer for that. Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody.
Yeah. So we're good? What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. $1.6 billion.
That's a lot of money, Chile.
It is, and that's how much could be in your pocket tomorrow night if you manage to win the Powerball jackpot. That prize now one of the largest in the game's history. This coming after nobody won the jackpot on Wednesday's drawing. However, 16 tickets matched all 5 white balls to win $1 million.
The new jackpot beats the previous record of $1.586 billion won by people in 3 states back in 2016. You can purchase your ticket for $2 for tomorrow night's drawing. Good luck.
Good luck indeed to Decision 2022 now. The race for New York governor down to the wire. Today, Governor Kathy Hochul attacked GOP challenger Lee Zeldin on CNN. She says he's exploiting the issue of crime to attack her.
President Biden is expected to campaign with Hochul on Sunday with other state Democrats. The latest poll from The Hill has Hochul up 9 points, and most other recent polls have her up big as well. The right-leaning Trafalgar Group does have her and Zeldin tied at 48% though. Moving here into CNY, Sandy Creek school officials notified staff of the district superintendent's absence late last week. Officials warned the school staff that Kyle Faulkner will be temporarily away from the district.
Sandy Creek officials and school board members have not responded to multiple requests for more info about Kyle Faulkner's employment. On Wednesday, Syracuse.com filed a Freedom of Information request, which forces the district to respond in 5 days.
Troopers revealed the name of 3-year-old Amina Estrada, who was pronounced dead after a single car crash in Oswego County Wednesday. The 2004 Ford Expedition struck an embankment and partially overturned on Forest Hill Road in the town of Plainfield.
The 6 others in the vehicle, all from Rome, were taken to Utica's St. Elizabeth Hospital. Troopers have not released the conditions of the other occupants and would not confirm if they were wearing seatbelts.
Elon Musk has started to lay off sizable amounts of Twitter employees just days after his $44 billion acquisition. Twitter notified employees in an email sent Thursday that the status of their employment will be sent either through company email accounts if they will remain with the company, or their personal email accounts if their employment is impacted.
The firings have prompted a class action lawsuit against Twitter for allegedly failing to give employees a 60-day warning of mass layoffs.
Coming up, I'll have a look at the weather the Orange will have for their game down in Pittsburgh, plus your 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
No, that's not right. How is it? Is it good?
from the Citrus TV Weather Center. This is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Let's take a look. The Orange, they've got great weather. Hopefully they can rebound and play some great football too. I know Jesse will have a little bit more on that later, but for now, let's take a look. 3 p.m. at kickoff, 75 degrees. That's real nice. 77 around halftime, 74 degrees when the fans are leaving the stands, hopefully after another Orange win. No rain expected, but some high winds could impact the game. Of course, Jesse will tell us all about it later. For now, let's take a look back in Syracuse at your 5-day forecast. Saturday, 74-64, a continuation of this excellent, historic, warm November we're having. I'm just absolutely loving it here. Sunday, though, that's when things start to unravel just a little bit. You're going to have some rain early in the morning and late at night, maybe some spot showers and clouds during the middle of the day. But Sunday, you'll see after that, the temperatures are going to drop a little bit. The Sunday temperatures are pretty nice, but Monday drops to 61. You can see these lows, 39 and 32. The lows are going to kind of bottom out, get back to what we're sort of expecting in November. Jesse, what do you got in sports?
Well, Dylan, coming up, Syracuse football heads out on the road. Women's basketball jumps back into action after a tragic end to last season with a pretty dismal record. And the World Series begins to wind towards a finish. All that and more coming up on Citrus TV.
Can we tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome to my house. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The walls were closing in. Clearly a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It could help you find a little more breathing room.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Back-to-back losses in any sport can spell disaster, and Syracuse football is sinking to that trend. Welcome into sports. I'm Jesse Cook. After a stunning 6-0 start, SU dropped its last 2 bouts, one to number 5 Clemson and then to an unranked Notre Dame squad. Another unranked team in Pitt stands on the horizon tomorrow. It's a battle of the rushing leaders. The Orange boasts Sean Tucker in the backfield. While some have called this a down year for the Maryland native, he still holds the number 2 spot in the ACC in yards on the ground. The only guy ahead of him wears the Panthers blue and gold, and he goes by the name of Israel Abanikanda. It's a 3:30 kickoff from the Steel City, and it shakes out tomorrow. Football is angling towards the end of the season, but Syracuse women's basketball embarked on a new campaign last night. Let's set the stage. The location, the Dome. The opponent, Division II Lemoyne, and the battle, the Orange's first exhibition affair since 2004. Possibly, well, definitely more importantly, it was the first time fans got a good look at new head coach Felicia Leggett-Jack. The Orange nailed a tight win 73-70. Leggett-Jack said the preseason victory didn't feel quite right.
It's just a start, you know, it's a start, and it meant everything, it meant nothing. It meant a lot to the other team, obviously, but I just love the film that we get from it, and we're going to really be up late tonight due to the fact that we got a lot of things to fix by Saturday.
The Qs settle in for its first regular season matchup on Monday at home against Stony Brook. Syracuse volleyball is also in action this evening with a tough test ahead in number 7 Pitt. The Orange have not won a match in the last 2 weeks, taking just 1 set in 3 whole bouts. Play begins at 7, and staying on campus, Syracuse ice hockey is locked in with Lindenwood right now. The Orange lead 1-0 nearing the end of the first period, and that's thanks to a power play goal from junior defenseman Hannah Johnson. Follow along with @CitrusTV Sports on Twitter for live updates throughout the battle, and our beat reporter Ryan Nelson. Staying on the ice, the Syracuse Crunch will attempt to snap a 4-game losing skid tonight. The squad heads south to take on the Charlotte Checkers, a defensive stalwart. Their netminder Mac Guzda placed 2nd among rookie goaltenders in the AHL in goals against. Puck drops in North Carolina at 7. And November baseball is a special treat. The Houston Astros staved off the Philadelphia Phillies last night 3-2 in Game 5 of the World Series. The Astros lead the set 3-2, and shortstop Jeremy Pena gave the Stros a boost with a clutch home run. The rookie earned ALCS MVP, and that blast marked his first of the Fall Classic, 4th of the postseason. That places Houston 1 game away from its 2nd World Series title ever, the first coming 5 years ago in 2017. That W places Houston 1 away from that World Series, a coveted title. Now, I'm a big baseball fan. Chile, I know you are as well. Nicole, I'm not sure it's your alley as much.
I wouldn't ask you that question.
But Chile, Phillies, you're a Phillies fan, 2 World Series titles already, and they still have a chance to come back. Do you have a favorite memory?
First of all, bah humbug. And 2, I'd have to say 2008, you know. Brad Lidge making that final save there. Went perfect in saves for the season. I was only 6 at the time, but it meant a lot. It meant a lot.
Well, my Red Sox won the year before, and I'll forever remember Jonathan Papelbon throwing up his glove in the celebration. Just great memories in the Fall Classic all around.
Yeah, let's hope the Phillies can make a comeback in this one for sure.
Jesse Cook, thank you so much. When we come back, we'll take one last look at your weather. Stay with us.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Let's take a look at the wake up weather for tomorrow. 61 degrees, really nice temperatures. You're going to have a great morning. It's going to warm up pretty quick too, and the sun will be out, so it's going to be a really nice morning. 8-mile-per-hour winds, not too bad at all. If you were enjoying the week's weather so far, you're going to keep enjoying it. It's going to be really, really nice. Partly cloudy, but no real rain in sight. That's going to stave off until Sunday, pretty late, maybe really late Saturday, but you should be just fine. Guys, back to you.
Dylan, thank you. We end our show tonight with a heartwarming story about the Central New York student's long journey since moving to the States from Ukraine. Our Braden Reed has the story for us tonight.
At the dining table.
A lot of college students struggle with the adjustment of living on their own. Being away from home for the first time as an 18-year-old can lead to a lot of stress. But imagine flying to a new country 5,500 miles away, not knowing a single word of the language.
At that point, I probably didn't even think about what United States really was. Like, oh, just a faraway country. Like, I don't know what that is.
Dima Piskin is a junior at Hobart and William Smith colleges about an hour west in Geneva, New York. He first came to the U.S. from Ukraine when he was 9 years old. He was taken in by none other than the Reed family. Yep, there's me and him, best buds as we like to say. We hit it off. A week at hockey camp became a full summer a few years later, which turned into Dima coming to school here in the U.S. Over the course of more than a decade, our house has become his home away from home.
They have been basically my family while I'm here in the United States. A lot of stuff, I mean, none of it basically would have been possible without their help.
It's been more than 12 years since Dima first set foot here in the United States. He's seen and done things he could have never imagined growing up in Ukraine. And being the first in his family to go to college here in the States, it means just a little bit more.
Like the way things have transpired, I could have never really saw that happening until I was already here.
And he's done a lot with his time here. Classes, extracurriculars, he's busy all day, every day. His girlfriend, Kara Gilliland, certainly takes notice.
He does so much. I don't know how he balances his schedules. And it kind of doesn't work the best for me because then I see him less.
Nice photo.
But it's really fun to see all the things that he's doing.
But she also notices the differences between him and everybody else.
He doesn't take things for granted as we would here. I feel like he appreciates all the opportunities he has. Whereas I feel like other students here at school, the opportunities are just what they expect.
2 years ago, Dima bought a one-way ticket to the U.S. for the first time. He was off to college and he wasn't sure when he'd be back home. He hasn't been back since, and it's difficult not seeing his family, sure, but it's a sacrifice they're both willing to make.
I think it's definitely been more taxing on them just not seeing me, but eventually it all comes down to that we've kind of put all of that effort in. It's been years in the making of what I'm pursuing now, so.
And he's got a lot more on his mind than just himself.
It's not just my future that I'm thinking about, because my future could lead to improvement of the other people that are important to me, futures being improved.
Braden Reed, CitrusTV News.
Braden, thank you. Dima is pursuing a degree in architectural studies and hopes to land a job in design once he graduates. What a remarkable kid and a remarkable story. I actually met Dima.
Really?
Braden is one of my good friends, so I think Dima came and visited. It was so awesome meeting him, and he's an awesome kid too.
And I think one of the things to take from that story is what his girlfriend said about how Dima doesn't take anything for granted.
Yeah.
And I think living here in this country at times, we take a look at what we have and we take advantage of it. We're thankful for it, but sometimes we don't realize that other people have it less often.
Exactly. I mean, even here at this university, we're sitting at this anchor desk as 20-year-olds, and we're anchoring a newscast. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So
count your blessings, right?
Oh, of course.
Definitely.
Well, that'll do it for News Live at 6 tonight.
For more of the latest, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CitrusTV News, or you can go to our website, CitrusTV.com.
Now for Dylan Brendel, Jesse Cook, and the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Nicole Aponte.
I'm Chilekasi. Adele. Juicy Java's on tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Until then.